Oh, happy day! It's Oberon and Neptune beat up the planet. And today we're back in the Gungeon.
Woo, Gungeon.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this game has changed a little bit since the last time you played it. I've kind of unlocked a lot of things.
Goody!
Yeah.
Well, glad to see you're enjoying it. So yeah, let's talk about how to break this law. How to get players back on track when they're not on track.
Yeah, when you're done herding cats for the evening and you're like, come on guys, there's like 3 encounters left.
Yeah, sometimes they're just going to go off and do whatever they want. Sometimes they're going to derail your entire campaign and become traveling meat salesmen. It happens more than you'd like to admit. Players will do what players do, but when they do, and you still have a story to tell, how do you get them back on track?
Right, yeah, sometimes you just gotta, grab their ears with something. I think you, Oberon, once you said something very useful to me. You said, every once in a while, someone runs in with a gun.
Yeah, if nothing is happening in your game and everyone's sitting around and you have nothing else, someone runs in with a gun. Or a spell. Or whatever in D&D. Someone is intending to do harm somewhere, usually at your players' faces, and then have them figure it out from there. Where are they? Preferably someplace they feel comfortable and safe.
Yeah, I'm at the bar.
Yeah, if they're in their base, just sitting around trying to figure out what to do and it takes too long, have someone kick down their fucking door.
Oh yeah.
Literally, put a fucking timer on and go, alright, if it goes over 5 minutes, I've got this dude with a gun ready.
If dinner's ready and they haven't moved on, I'm ready.
Yeah.
What was the last time you did that?
That was our London campaign, where you guys had your own bar.
Right.
Right? Remember? And the fucking Balrog just busts through the front fucking door in the middle of the second episode, and everyone's like, the fuck is that?
I didn't want to. I mean, I liked the bar. I didn't want to leave the bar.
Yeah, you were safe in the bar. You were just gonna sit there forever trying to figure out things that you had not enough information to figure out. So the only logical solution is to try and kill you.
Yeah. Then there were those kobolds. I was waiting for them to come back.
Oh yeah, well they came back later episodes. You handled them first episode. I wasn't gonna use them second episode. I was gonna wait till the third. Give you a little breather.
Sex on beach. I want sex on beach.
3 kobolds in a trench coat. Sir Covington. Great character.
All right.
But no, I literally just kicked down the door, beat a bunch of you up, grabbed someone, and ran out. And then you guys had to chase me.
Yep.
You can make the person that's running in with the gun have an objective and be far stronger than the players. That's a good option. When they go, oh shit, we can't kill it, but it's not trying to kill you. It's a smash and grab. Or it's you have to come with us to talk to our boss. Or there's a lot of options.
Mr. Mordenkainen wants a word with you.
Yeah. Nobody makes Mr. Mordenkainen wait. Nobody.
I want to do that now. Write that down.
You can have someone small and insignificant that the party's gonna smush run in. Like, hey, you guys, you're all dead. And then you're just trying to figure out who the fuck this person was by their leftovers.
Yeah. And you're like, wait, oh no, it was a noble. Ah, damn.
Yeah, you could have them have noble ties. You could run a Big Lebowski-esque sideways caper based off of the shit this person had on them, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and finally, eventually leading your players to whatever piece of information they needed to be able to continue.
That was that scenario was a background detail in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh,
nice. One of the characters is a Western actor, and they keep going back to cuts of his old show, and whatever.
Right.
And it in the show he must have he shot up some guy who was going to rob a bank or whatever, and he was here to collect his bounty, and he's in the wrong town because this town is run by the dad of the guy he shot.
Ooh.
Oh, you shot his boy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, and you said rob a bank. Well, there you go. Are your characters going to a bank? Are your characters
in a public place where there are valuable things?
Well, have some bandits try and take it. That's a great have a person run in with a gun. It's not even affected by them, but you can use that to drag their attention where it needs to go.
Yeah. Yeah. They in the museum.
Museum? All right.
Yeah.
There is this whole other heist thing happening that none of you are aware of until somebody kicks down the door with a gun and you're like, shit.
Yeah, and they're here to see the exhibit on the hand and eye of Vecna.
Oh, and the head of Vecna.
Yeah, and it's not a plaster cast this time. It just happens to be the real one.
Yeah. If they're not doing what you need them to do, you can run in with an antagonist pretty much anywhere or anywhen to drag their attention. Don't kill yourself over the details. Just have it in your back pocket and ready for when they're just sitting around.
I think I remember one time a friend of mine wanted to run what he kept referring to as a test game. As it turns out, he had never played D&D before, but he was going to try to run an adventure just out of the book. And I didn't know that at first. That was a very special trip going in. Because then I'm like, no, I swear you've played before, haven't you? He's like, no, I haven't. I was just going to try. I'm like, that is such a noble effort.
Just jumping right for it.
Yeah, but I think he tried, or someone runs in with a gun was written into the module somewhere because we were in a bar and then 3 things happened and we didn't have time or inclination to interact with any of them because they just kind of happened around us. Because I think someone ran in with a gun. There was a half orc and a bar fight started, and then since nothing happened, he didn't kind of wait for us to think about it or ask questions about it or get interested in it. So the bar fight just kind of happened and they left, and we're like, okay, there goes that adventure hook. Bye, adventure hook.
Bye.
See you later.
It was fun seeing you and hanging out. Come back when you're done.
Yeah. And then later, after all that happened, and he never addressed the literal hole in the middle of the bar floor, like a well.
Huh.
He never addressed it, and I said, what would you do if I jumped down the hole? And he had to say, I don't know.
You're running a different campaign. I hear you like the Underdark.
I just thought no one would jump down a hole. I'm like, you have never played D&D before, and it shows.
Be ready for everything. But especially be ready for the dumbest possible occurrence.
What would they never do? No, they wouldn't do. They wouldn't jump off the cliff. I'm not gonna care about what's off the cliff.
Oh, they're jumping off the cliff.
Minute 1, Rogue jumps off a cliff. Okay. You get caught by Dread Pirate Roberts. I don't know.
Hey, pirate campaign.
Woo!
I'm
Pirate
down.
campaign.
Let's do it. Wait, no, but they had a whole campaign on that continent. We're sailing.
Well, now it's on a different continent. Deal with it, nerd. Killed your boss in 1 hit. Fine. Here's its mate.
Ah, yes, the old Munchkin tactic.
Yep. You don't get to go through my dungeon that easy. Ugh.
The other tactic that I like that you've done before is the old leading question.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. Because it really gets in your players' heads. That's what I really try to do in my D&D game is engage my players. I don't know if I do that as well as I think I do.
You leave enough air open for us to just ponder and get ourselves into trouble. It's quite all right.
All right. Because sometimes it's like, it's hard not to railroad people. You're like, all right, here's a dungeon, here's some stuff. Come on, let's go. But one time I rolled up to the party with a town guard, and the town guard said, do you have any contraband? And they're like, what contraband?
What is contraband?
And he hands them, I had this complicated description for cursed items written out on a little card. You know, it used a lot of legalese and pseudo-Latin. But they're like, what's this mean? And he goes, cursed items. Do you have any cursed items? No? Okay, if you have any cursed items, let me know. Okay. And then he left. Or no, he didn't leave, because then they're like, wait, where are you getting all these cursed items from? What cursed items? And then he said, well, those 2 wizards over there are doing a thing. They get cursed items and they claim to uncurse them. And then the players went and found the dungeon that I had.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, oh, right.
Yeah, it was interesting enough to not ignore.
Yeah, just a small question can lead them to asking you exactly what you need to get them there.
I mean, I had an equally likely chance of everyone going, and then going to go hunt more smoked meats.
Hey, smoked meats is great, but that's fine. If the leading question doesn't work, then have your town guard run in with a cursed gun. Wait,
Yeah.
no.
Bang!
Have somebody else run in with a cursed gun, and then accidentally
if
shoot themselves.
Yeah, if it's cursed, I mean, maybe the law officer does have it. Maybe who knows?
But yeah, the thinking of it is, all right, where do I need them to go? What's happening there? What are the things that affect what's happening there? Ask a question about that.
A third way of getting your players back on track, drag them by their backstory. Some DMs don't realize what a gift this is. When you have a player that talks too much about his character.
Yay! I know what that's like, having been a player that talks too much about his character.
I feel attacked. No.
No, it me.
Yeah.
I'm not attacked. It me.
All right, but if you can plan out whatever dungeon you want, right? But link it to their stuff. For example, we have a gnome in our game today, actually. And he's got this backstory that he keeps mentioning to me, but never wanting to go into. I don't know why, but he always mentions these islands that he's from. I'm like, okay, how about I just put the dungeon there? You're gonna go find the dungeon now, aren't you? Go ahead. You want to see how your family's doing? There's a dungeon there.
The dungeon.
I know you're gonna go there eventually. Eventually, you're just gonna do it. There's a dungeon there.
I mean, you've also done the thing with my bear, where you just drag my bear off to a conflict.
No, you did that.
Okay, I did. Barry did that.
Barry did. Well, once he started hanging out with that rogue, everything just went downhill.
But yeah, Barry's kind of more my character's backstory than animal companion. At least I treat him that way.
Yeah, but as a first, this time it's a physical object that I get to play with. Usually people just draw this on a piece of paper and they very carefully tuck away their dead parents so that I can't, play with that. And they're from across the land, so I can't just say, oh, you see your home burned down, or, oh, it's a distant whatever. No, right in front and center. There's that little bear cub that I'm going to try to drown once an episode.
Yeah, that's, and encourage your players to do that. If they're making something in their backstory, make them invest something from their character sheet in it. Like, my animal companion is my bear cub. Of course I'm going to move the fucking world to save Barry. I'm his mom!
Not Barry.
I just realized, I know who Grenda's mate for Barry was. Barry's dad. It's Rugal Berenstein.
Rugal?
From King of Fighters. It's literally his last name, Berenstein.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it's Bernstein. Close enough.
That guy, that's not it. Wait, Regal's not his last name?
No, Rugal is his first name.
Rugal?
Yeah. That asshole that just triple kicks
Yeah.
your face off.
The axe kicks and the the teleporting across the screen. Yeah. No, I remember.
Yeah, I'm not angry. Not at all.
Okay. Well, that's gonna make this. I already have a big hoss in this game somewhere, and he's wandering around. You're gonna find him eventually, but that's gonna make that fight pretty fun.
Because he's a bear hoss.
He's a beast.
He's a beast.
He's definitely a beast.
But yeah, there we go. And that's why Barry's hanging around with a rogue. Because he's like his dad.
I guess.
He's
All
a
right.
fucking rogue.
Oh, okay. That makes his hair more interesting, let me tell you. It was already a pompadour on a bear cub.
That aside, if you get your players to invest a little bit of their character sheet, a little bit of what can arguably be their power into these things. If it's a cohort, it's a cohort. If it's a magic item, oh, my big magic item has the soul of my dead parents in it.
The best episode of, and stick with me on this, Underdog was that concept.
Oh?
Underdog. 1950s, I think it's 1950s cartoon.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Yep. An adorable pooch-like Superman had in the secret compartment of his ring. He always kept an underdog secret energy pill. So that when he was beaten down, he had a sensu bean in his pocket.
Sensu.
Yeah. Sensu bean. But he didn't have to have someone throw it at him. It was just in his ring, which is made of silver. And in one episode, the bad guys were evil clouds that needed to steal everyone's silver to make more silver linings.
Ha!
So they stole his ring. The king of the clouds got mad because he didn't bring back any silver, but I fought one really strong guy and he just had this one ring. It's still worth it, boss.
Huh.
And me as a kid, I'm like, oh, but he doesn't know the pill's in there, man. He actually did a really good job. Don't yell at him.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, and I mean, backstory can be tied to any number of things, or you can just have them put it as a hook. Just toss it in like Fate style, and then just drag people around like that.
It could be even like the... Oh, that's even great. It could be the picture that your really artsy friend draws on the back of their sheet.
Yeah.
There's always one of them, right? Just look at it, go, hey, that's a nice picture. Can I see that picture? It's a really nice picture. I'm not peeking at your sheet. Don't turn it around. Make sure they're like, you're not reading my sheet, are you? No. I'm looking at the picture.
Don't turn around.
Take a picture of it with your cell phone, whatever. But then you get to fuck with it later. Hey, a nice hat. You know that hat you have on your head? You're not gonna fuck with my head, are you? A very strong wind. Roll reflex.
Yeah.
Your hat ends up outside the door of the haberdashery that I want you to interact with next. Where's my dungeon?
It's a Mad Hatter, you see.
Yep.
Mind control dungeon. Ooh, we're gonna have to save that for later.
Ragamuffins.
Wait, we already did that one.
Already did that.
It was a good one. I like that one. You hear what I hear?
What's that?
It's a song. A song that means next time on Oberon and Neptune beat up the planet. A weekend dungeon.
The wind howled at the washboard, sleeping underneath the moon. Our plan was hatched in a briar patch where lovers shook hands soon. Their lips stained with violet, their tongues tied into knots. To the loamy beds, their secrets bed we